title says, these were both free. Start with the roper over here, so I got it first. Got it a few weeks ago. Guy told me motor was bad. Come get it. It's been in my shed too long. I want the room. So of course you can see it has a mower deck, has rear wheel weights, and a manual 3-point hitch. As well, all the tires were up except that. Well, they were all a bit low except for that one. But give me a minute to explain. It has a 16 horsepower Briggs & Stratton, which the 16Ts had. And of course he said the motor was bad. Well, I got it. That already broke. I got it home and I started investigating. And the engine shroud was already off. And oh, I forgot I took it off, but I was going to show you the starter gear was stripped. Well, so I took the Ford and I took this grill corner off here and put a belt between the PTO pulley on this and the PTO pulley on the Ford. Spun it over. Well, everything sounded fine except for I had no spark. And there's a coil on the way. But other than that, I'm about 99% sure that this motor's good. He said he didn't know what happened, he just said it was bad. But other than that, I mean, it's not in terrible shape, but I don't know. It was inside when I got it. But it has been, judging by the smell of the gas, it's some of the rankest gas I've ever smelled. And I've had stuff that sat for years. I'd say this thing sat at least 10 years. But the thing is, it's not, that's how long it looks like it's been sitting. But the gas smells older than that, so it's hard to say where it was inside. Either way, it should, I suspect it will run once I change the coil out, and I'll just start it off the PTO. Of course, the nose is broke like always. It's not in that bad a shape. If it runs, I might mow with it. So I've been mowing with that SS18 and it's hard as heck on fuel. So this second one, I got it Tuesday, it's Thursday. It's a 1977 Ford LGT 145. And same thing, bad motor. The only thing is, this one actually has a bad motor. And it's right there. The rod is in multiple pieces. It's buried somewhere in there. You can see it's been sitting and it needs board. He ran it low on oil, of course the rod went, which is always the first thing to go in these cast iron coolers. I have everything except for the starter, and I've tried to get in touch with the guy and I haven't been able to. I'm sure I'll get it one way or another though. The only thing is, I'm not planning to rebuild that motor. I'm planning to get a whole nother motor for it, because here it's October 5th and I'm planning to go down to Texas on the 20th. And I'm flying down, driving back with my father, so I can pick up the motor on the way, just like I did all the other stuff for my other Ford, which is different than this if you've seen it in any of my videos. So anyways, the motor was bad, it was already out of it, he didn't have time for it. Tractor was sitting outside, all the motor was inside. You can see it's actually not in that bad a shape. This is free as well. Real nice steering. You turn it a bunch, it's not just, it's more than direct. But yeah, the tractor was outside, but everything still moves. He said it was only outside a year. So I'm not sure, that could be true. This exhaust was on it, it stuck out there and went to the muffler, which was up there. I'm not a big fan of it, but anyways, it's a foot controlled hydrostatic. As you can see here, the brakes do work. Parking brake's on right now. High and low, just like my white. It's actually the same rear end as the white, except for the pump rotation is different. Hydraulics lift, and I believe that's why the chain is holding the motor deck up, because after the motor blew, he couldn't lift it up. You can see the deck is not perfect. it does have some rust. Funny thing is, I actually got all the books with this, and actually some receipts. I got a book for the tractor, a book for the mower deck, and a book for a snowblower, and a book for a snowplow. He had the snowblower at one point. I don't know if he had the snowplow, but it didn't work great, so he got rid of it. Just being a single stage, which, I mean, I can understand. I don't like them either, but come on. You know, I would like to get it. The rear of the fender's beat up a little bit here. Both tail light lenses are gone. It's a shame the seat's ripped because it's in nearly perfect shape otherwise. I might try to fix it up a little bit because I can push that back in there and who knows. But yeah, I mean, it's really not in terrible shape. I'm pick up a motor for it, throw the motor in. Should be a real good tractor. The only thing, like, the hoods on these are super long and super narrow. I guess I should also mention that this is broke. This isn't the first one I've seen broke here, because these hoods solid bolt on, and there's a hole for your gas tank, and this comes off so you can access your battery. But I noticed when I bolted the hood on, because it was all apart, the dash doesn't line up. The funny thing is, it looks like the hood's already been pushed back in the back. So I don't know if they were made like that, just some crappy quality controller. That dash is pushed back, but it's pretty solidly mounted. All the tires stay up and everything else. The rear ones are actually in real good shape. No weather cracking. The front ones have some. Same with this thing. The tires on this, there's no weather cracking. I don't know why this. I'm sure this one just has a small hole in it. So those are the two freebies. Oh, just a little fun fact. According to my owner's manual, these 2-spoke steering wheels only came on 12 horses. This is a 14 horse. So I'm not sure about that. I know this is a 14 horse because everything but the motor is 14 horse. But the funny thing is, I also had a receipt from. It looks like somebody rebuilt the motor to a 16 horse back around 2008. It's up in the house, otherwise I'd read it off, but they sent up a 16 horse, what was it? I think it was a standard piston, standard valves, and a connecting rod and head. I could be off there, but it was all 16 horse, and it kind of made it seem like somebody rebuilt the thing. So, and if that is the case, rebuilding that motor is going to be next possible, because once you're over 16, I mean, you can't get any bigger other than oversized stuff. And I don't know if it's been rebuilt. Oversized. Oh! It came with 3 brand new mower blades as well, because they came in after it blew up. They're $16.99 a piece plus tax, which I did the math, and it's damn near $60. Oh, there's the connecting rod. Yeah, I don't think your connecting rod's supposed to be in that many pieces. He said he ran it low on oil, and see the piston has some scoring. The bores, or the cylinder's too rusty to hell. And of course the crank is a little scored up as well. Oh yeah, some good burrs there. So I don't know if we'll get a whole motor or not. If not, I mean, this one's complete besides the starter, so I can always swap stuff over. And if worse comes to worse, I can always make it a 10 horsepower. Because I picked that motor up from my other forks. I thought the PTO clutch was bad, and the guy didn't want to remove the PTO clutch. Said it was too difficult. Well, it turned out to be good. And I nearly have enough parts to fix up that Ford. And if that's the case, I'm going to put that motor in that Ford. If I don't put it in this, but I think 10 horse would be a little underpowered in this with that, because, I mean, look how heavy duty it is. You know, everything's hydraulic. I probably would never do that, because 10 just wouldn't run it. So, anyways, that's enough for this video. Take a picture. And that's actually the sump off this motor. See the old exhaust where the guy welded that pipe to it. She's seen better days. I might need one of these too. I might make up custom exhaust too. Hard to say. For sheets and giggles, might do a cold start on the SS18. Well, it ain't that cold out, but this thing, front cylinder always fires off before the rear one when it's cold. I figure the rear one just has low compression. Now there goes that. It would help if this wasn't in gear. Push the choke in a little bit. It's only running on the front one. There, and the rear one comes in and out. One of my mufflers actually fell off. Yeah, it's only running on one. But anyways, you can see it starts right up.